everyone, welcome back to Naomi's Bookshelf. I am going to do my quarterly review of 3 Agatha Christie's, the last 3 that I read in the last 3 months. So we are going to be talking about Evil Under the Sun, the Postern of Fate, and the ABC Murders. So the first book that we're going to talk about is the one that I read in April, which is Evil Under the Sun. So this one follows Hercule Poirot as he goes on a holiday, which never ends well for anyone involved. Now, Hercule Poirot, he's at this holiday and he meets several people at this resort, lots of families, couples, you name it. And then he meets this woman who every man is dying to be with, Arlena. I knew it was something like that. So Arlena is quite the flirt, quite the seductress, if you will, and every man there seems to want to be with her, but she is married and her husband is there too. And then a couple days go by, a couple of struggles and tensions happen, and Arlena ends up dead. Now this one I found to be very good. I gave it 4 stars. I really did enjoy it. I found that it was quite an engaging mystery, but I don't know. I don't know why I didn't give it 5 stars. It did give me that 5-star amazingness feel. I did really enjoy this though. I really enjoyed the characters and the way that each development of it happens. It's interesting to watch how the storylines play out and the timelines play out in this. It was quite a clever way to do it. I think Agatha Christie is very clever. So I think that this is a great place to read Agatha Christie or to start if you're interested. I definitely feel like anytime anyone from Agatha Christie's world goes on a holiday, someone's gonna die. And I just wish Hercule Poirot would stay home sometimes. But as he says in this, it was bound to happen. It's just a matter of when. And so it's quite an interesting event, and how he comes to this conclusion, how he investigates, and who all is under his microscope, as everyone there is a possible suspect. And the circumstances of her body being found are even more crazy in some ways. So even then, it's just, how did this happen? Who did it? And why? And I thought it was quite good. I definitely recommend it. So the next book is the ABC Murders, which I gave 5 stars to. I thought this one was a really amazing mystery. This one, I believe, has the only serial killer in Agatha Christie's books. Now, there are several books where multiple people die by the same person, but I'm counting a serial killer in this case as someone who intended from the beginning to kill more than 2 people, instead of just killing one person and then killing a second person to cover up that murder. I think there's a difference. And this premeditation aspect was really great. So this one follows Poirot as he is living his normal life at home when he receives a letter in the mail saying that someone is going to die on a certain day in May. And he finds out which town and the letter, and then someone does die. In fact, which is crazy, her first name, her surname, and the town that she's in all start with the letter A. Then he gets a letter about a town with a B, and that's where the ABC murders happen. I had heard a dramatization of this before, but I really wanted to read it and get the full experience of it. So I didn't know who it was, but I also just found like it was just such a great story. I really loved the different levels of thought in this, the different crazy ideas that were going on. I did enjoy how this book really revealed those who were innocent and how it showed the guilty. It was very well done, and I really enjoyed the reveal. I especially really enjoyed how at the end of this, it just shows how clever, like I said that word, clever Agatha Christie is to pull this off, I think, in a really well-constructed mystery. I was engaged the whole time I was reading it, and I was so excited to finish this book. Even though I knew the ending, I was so excited to keep reading and to keep seeing how this would be resolved and how Hercule Poirot would save the day. I really loved it, and I gave it 5 stars, like I said. So the last one that I'm going to talk about was a big disappointment for me, and that was the Postern of Fate. I keep calling it the Postern of Fate. It's just Postern of Fate. Now this is the Tommy and Tuppence, and I have never read a Tommy and Tuppence. This is the last Tommy and Tuppence, and I did not like it very much. I don't know what I'm rating it. Still, I am torn between a 2 and a 3. If I gave half stars, it would be 2.5, but I don't. So we're gonna probably settle on a 2 for disappointment level and 3 for quality of mystery. So this one follows Tommy and Tuppence as they are in their 70s, which I feel like is really crucial for me, or I wish I'd known that going in, because it's not revealed about 150 pages in how old they are. And even then, the whole first section, I was super confused as to what their age was and how that was impacting their abilities, or why people were doing certain things with them. I just found it very hard to follow, considering I thought they were in their 40s, and then it was very confusing to me. So they are in their early 70s, and they have just bought a house. They are moving in and fixing it all up, and when they are there, they discover a box of books, or they have bought a bunch of books off of the previous owners, and in those books, they found some children's books which have letters underlined, which spell out, "Mary Jordan did not die naturally, one of us did it." Now, that is where the mystery picks off and where they go. So the positives about this was that I felt like the mystery was an easy read. It was something that I could not focus on very well, but I could get through it quickly. The characters were fun. There were a lot of them though, so just fair warning on that. I also found that the certain moments where the clues were revealed was actually quite fun, and I enjoyed the reveal scene, but I definitely had some problems with it, which I don't want to go into without spoilers saying, so I'm going to give spoilers for why I didn't really like this one. But I hope that if you're interested, you can still pick it up. It was a good cozy mystery. So going into the cozy mystery aspect, I guess I will talk about the fact I am not a massive cozy mystery person. I definitely love a good build-up, and I love Agatha Christie, even though she's typically categorized as a cozy mysteries author. Now, I have enjoyed some, but I'm very picky about the cozy mysteries that I enjoy. And this fell into the category of too many characters, not enough plot, or not enough mystery for me. Now, in this regard, there were so many characters to keep track of, and this book is long. I'm not sure exactly how visible it is, but this one is about 100 pages more than this one. It is a chunker for an Agatha Christie, and it did not need the extra pages. Now, in regards to this one as well, I had a real struggle with this. As they are solving a crime from the past, it is something where they are discussing theories and discussing possibilities. However, it felt like any time that they were discussing the mystery or the crime or whatever could it be, it was just all in the terms of what if this happened, and then what if that happened, and what if that happened next. And there was no evidence, there was no testimony, there was no eyewitnesses to further any of their statements. It just felt like a game of guess what. And I didn't like that. I wish there had been more concrete evidence that they were going off of. Or if that guessing had led to concrete evidence where it was like, what if that was in there, and what if this happened, and then they discovered those things in the right places. But that wasn't really a thing in this book. I also felt like it was really obvious from the beginning, and I love being tricked by Agatha Christie. I don't go in expecting to know who did it. And this one, I pinpointed it right away, and I was disappointed. But I could figure it out so quickly and so easily. But at the same time, as it was super obvious, the big reveal was so out of this world. It was so outlandish. It was like, wait, what? That never showed up in this book. Basically, what happens is the whole time you have this woman who is claiming to not know anything about Mary Jordan, and spoilers, and She says that she's never heard of Mary Jordan, but she was close friends, and she was actually godmother to the child who wrote in the books the note. Now, obviously she's lying because everyone else confirms that Mary Jordan did exist and was a part of the household. And so I knew from the get-go that she had something to do with it. Then you have at the very end, oh yeah, like the gardener that she sent is actually the killer and everything. But wait, it all goes back to pre-World War I with all of these anti-British people and all of this spy and espionage and war crimes, and it was out of nowhere. I just didn't like how it was like nothing. It was like 0 to 60. And I just was like, there's gotta be some hints all along the way, and there weren't. So that felt like it came out of complete outer space. I had a lot of trouble focusing on this book. My friend and I, we were reading it, not together, but we discussed it after we had read it, and we both had real struggles with focusing in this book. And I think a lot of my struggles just came with this format. It was written differently, and I didn't really enjoy it. I did enjoy the dog's perspective, even though I'm not an animal person. It definitely was lighthearted at parts, and I love the dog being present. But at the same time, it felt like this wasn't an Agatha Christie that I expected or that I necessarily wanted in all of those ways. I felt like there were tons of pages where useless things were happening and were being discussed, and none of it related to the crime, which most of Agatha Christie's books relate directly to the crime. And the other thing about it is that there were massive spoilers in this for a previous Tommy and Tuppence book. I did not read them necessarily. I skimmed as best I could over it so I didn't have to read it. But there are massive spoilers for N or M, and I have not read that book, and I was not happy with the fact that there were massive spoilers there. I feel like anytime a mystery writer is referencing a previous book in a series, it's a great way to say, look, I have more books out, but it doesn't give away the reading experience. Whereas this one, it just kept, from my quick glances, it looked like it was giving massive spoilers for like, the children at one point were asking her, but what happened in the end? And she gave an answer, which I didn't read. And then at the very end, I found out about their family and how that came to be because another massive spoiler, at least I'm assuming. So it just was really disappointing that this was chock full of spoilers for a previous book in the Tommy and Tuppence series. I have not seen that in any of the other like Poirot books or Miss Marple books. There is reference, but there's never a complete and utter reveal. So it was a very disappointing result for me. So those are the 3 Agatha Christie books that I have read during the last 3 months. I enjoyed 2, and I really did not enjoy the 3rd. But that's the first Agatha Christie I think I found that I haven't truly enjoyed in some way. It was a new experience, but I hope that you've enjoyed my review of these 3. If you've read them, please let me know which one you liked best or why you liked it so much. I would love to talk to you about Agatha Christie, all things Agatha Christie down below. Also, if you have a recommendation for a new Agatha Christie that I should pick up in the coming 6 months, please let me know down below. I have tons of Agatha Christie, like this whole shelf behind these books and this whole shelf are Agatha Christie. So I have tons of books to pick up from if you are wanting to leave me a recommendation. I will see you all next time with another video. Please like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you would like more Agatha Christie content or mystery content from me, as I do a lot of mystery reading. I will see you next time with another video. Bye for now.